Welcome everybody to Fishing with Jett. Today I'm going to show you all my rods and reel setups that I use on my channel. What I try to do is each time I go fishing, I specifically pick out a certain number of rods, and what I try to do most of the time to keep from constantly cutting my line and retying and everything else is have different rods specifically for different lures. So today I'm just going to kind of like briefly go over my rods and reel setups and try to give you the best description of how I normally use this particular setup when I'm out on the water. So with that being said, let's get on to the video. Okay everyone, we're going to start with all of my casting reels, my bait casters, and I'm just going to kind of like try to go from my the oldest rods that I own down to the newest. Now I use all of them, but we're just going to start with the older ones at first. And the first one that we're going to start with is a Quantum Antix 100H 10 ball bearings. The feature that I like on the side of it is it has the little flip button where you can flip, you know, it just changed the functions of the rod, making it, you know, easier to flip. But I have it paired on the a 7-foot H2O Express heavy action. It's a rod that I typically fish swim jigs on. I do have another rod that I'm kind of like maybe going to incorporate more in, because this is an older rod. I've had this rod many years and it still works like a dream. But you know, when you have rods for a long period of time, you kind of get a little bit of sentimental value. So I kind of like want to get something to kind of relieve some of the duties of this rod, kind of make it last longer. Okay, the second rod is one of my older reels too. I have here Pflueger XT President. It's a 7:3-to-1 gear ratio. It has 9 ball bearings in it, and I have it paired with a favorite Whitebird. Now, one thing about this favorite Whitebird, classified as a medium heavy, but I think favorite, and y'all may have heard this before, I think favorite kind of, I don't know, their medium heavies and heavies and stuff like that, it's kind of like way different from everybody else. Even though it say a medium heavy, this is more like a medium rod. It has a lot of bend in the tip of it. So it's, you know, it's a rod that's good for treble baits. So I got a walking bait on it right now. I throw a lot of my little small finesse swim baits and stuff on it. But I love this rod. The rod is 7 foot long. It's a good rod. The only problem that I had, and I don't know if anybody else have, if you ever owned a Whitebird, I had to put glue down into the cracks of the sleeves, because this whole area right here of the reel, it started spinning on me, just spinning on me. So I just got it and kind of put some epoxy and super glue around it, and it shored it up. I had no more problems. But this is my second setup. My next setup is my Kastking MegaJaws. I want to say that I do like this rod. The only thing about it is when I throw braid on it, it has a tendency to backlash a lot. And I messed with the dials many times before. It does better with monofilament or fluorocarbon on it. So I tend to throw fluorocarbon on it. This rod right here I actually caught, since I had my Pelican Bass Raider, I caught my personal best on the Pelican Bass Raider, which is a 7-pound 8-ounce bass. That's my personal record so far on the Pelican Bass Raider. And I caught it on this rod right here, throwing a swim jig. I got it paired up with a matching Kastking Royal Select. It's a 7'3" medium heavy power rod. It's an excellent rod, very good rod. I like the reel too. It's just that one thing about it I don't understand. It's like in between the thing, I don't know, it just don't do right. It's got 12 ball bearings in it. Been a good reel. So that's my setup right here. Oh, and also this Kastking is one of the fastest rods that I have. I think the gear ratio is like a 9:2. My next rod setup is another Kastking Crius, or whatever you want to call it. It's a very good rod. I love the color. I don't know if y'all can see right here. Some of my actual rubber part of the handles started kind of like coming off a little bit. But you know, other than that, it's been a pretty solid rod. It has 8 ball bearings in it. It's a 7-2-1. Again, I love rods in the 7s. I got it paired up on the Insight Pro Advantage jig rod. It's specific for jig and worms. It's a heavy powered rod. It's 7'2" rod. So I use that jig on it, but that's that combo. Next in line is one of my crankbait rods. Now, I'm not the type of person that's gonna spend a lot of money on my reels. Typically, if I buy a decent priced reel, I'm gonna cut back on the rod. You know, that's just me. I'm not gonna spend, put it like this, I've been fishing my whole life and I ain't had too many problems with getting the fish in. But you know, this is my setup right here. This is one of my crankbait rods. It's actually one of the few rods that I have with a left-handed handle. Sometimes I just want to change it up, reel it in. But it's a rod that I actually ordered off of Amazon, and it's called the Tempo. It's a Vertix Tempo. And if you look on Amazon or somewhere like that, you'll find it somewhere on there. But it's called a Vertix Tempo. It's a 6:1 gear ratio, which is a perfect speed for crankbaits and everything else. And I got it paired up on a Academy rod named Legacy. It's a 6.6 rod. It's a medium action. And I like it. It's been a good rod. I need to use it more than I do, but you know, that's what I got. Another rod that I have that I kind of cut corners on. The actual rod is cost more than the reel. The reel is also another rod that I found online. I think it was Amazon, but it's a Falcon 2 SeaKnight, XG SeaKnight. Good rod. It's a 7 gear ratio. It's a pretty solid rod. It's got a nice, clean, slick look to it. No, it's an 8.1 gear ratio on it. So, you know, I kind of Texas rig with some of my lighter Texas rig, like smaller creature baits and smaller worms on it. So, you know, it's just my little bit of a lighter Texas rig. I got it paired actually on one of my favorite rods, which is a Fenwick. A Fenwick NightHawk. It's another rod that I found an excellent deal. This is like a $70 rod, $80 rod that I went on Amazon one time, and believe it or not, they had this rod for sale on Amazon for like $11. I couldn't believe it. When I ordered it, I was like, is this true? So I ordered it. Didn't really think too much of it, but when it came in the mail, I was like, wow, you know, Fenwick is a pretty good rod. It's one of the older brands, but I love this rod, and this rod is it's actually a 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod. It's just a good solid rod, and it looks pretty good with this reel right here. So that's the other combo. My next rod that I have is my other crankbait rod. And I'm not even gonna lie, right now it's my workhorse, and it's the old trusty Abu Garcia Black Max. 5 ball bearings, Swedish engineered. I think the gear ratio on it is like a 6:4 to 1, which is perfect for crankbait. I throw this a lot. I have it paired with a Berkeley lightning rod, which is a 6'6" medium action rod. It's been a good rod for me when I throw my crankbaits. I cannot complain about this little $40-something rod that I bought out of Academy. And I like it. And if you can tell, I'm not one of those type of fishermen that try to mix match my rods with my reels. I try to match them up, you know, color wise and everything. So that's why. My next rod is actually a rod that was given to me as a gift for Christmas, and it came from my dad. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know how much it cost and everything else, but I also use this rod right here for a little bit more finesse or jig. But it's the Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special. It's a pretty good rod. I have no complaints about it. It's a 5 ball bearing reel. The gear ratio is a 6.61, which is a pretty good speed for a jig. This also came like in a combo. It's a Tourney Specials rod, which is a 7-foot medium like action rod. But that's that setup right there. Good combo. Right here, I have another one of my workhorses. This is the reel that I throw a lot of my bladed jigs on. You know, it does a variety of different things, but I try to stick the bladed jigs on this rod right here. But this is one of the very first combos. It's a Lew's Mach 1 speed stick combo. Y'all all have seen this combo before. Solid rod. It's got eight ball bearing system in it. The gear ratio is a 7.5 to 1 ratio, paired on a 7'2" medium heavy action rod, fast tapered powered rod. I love this rod. Like I said, I throw bladed jigs, different ones. I fish with all the bladed jigs. I try them all, but that's that combo right there. My next rod is one that I hadn't fished with that much. I bought it from Cabela's, and it's a Blackout 13 Fishing Origin Blackout Edition. It's a combo. Well, not a combo. I have it paired with the H2O Express rod. The baitcaster got 5 ball bearings. It's a 7.3 to 1 gear ratio. Haven't fished with it that much, but it feels good in my hand. You know what I'm saying? I need to fish with it more. I have it paired up with a little soft jerk bait, and I just need to fish it a little bit more. The rod is a 7-foot medium heavy premium edition of the H2O. Hey, no complaints from me. I like it. My next one, now we're getting a little bit on up into the money a little bit, for it's like some of my most expensive, you know, reels and rods. But right here we have a KVD, Lew's KVD baitcaster. The gear ratio is a 8.3 to 1. It has 10 ball bearings in it. I have it paired with the All-Star Classic, ASClassic. Where's the power on this rod? Oh, my bad. It's a 7-foot fast action medium heavy rod. I tried to match the burgundy with the burgundy. Now I did see the KVD actual rod that goes with this reel. I just wasn't ready to spend $100, $100+ for it. So I got this one right here. I like that. Now my next one is the one I do most of my buzz bait and whopper ploppers or prop baits, whatever you want to top water. And what I have right here is the Diawa Tatula 100XX. Excellent rod. It has how many bearings this thing have on it? Yeah, hold on one second. I'll be honest, I don't see the specs on it. But I have it paired with a Diawa Arid X. Pretty good rod. It's a 7-foot heavy rod. You know, it gets the job done. So it's pretty solid combo, but that's my combo right here, everybody. I throw that buzz on that. Oh. And the last one of my baitcasters setups is the newest one to the family. I went out and bought the XLX DC. The XLX DC. 150 HG Shimano. It's a 7-to-1 gear ratio. Hadn't fished with it. Hadn't fished with it. Kind of throwed it around the yard. Different things like that. I got it paired with a Falcon HD. It's a heavy action rod, 7 foot long. Don't really know exactly. I really was looking for a medium heavy rod, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I went to Academy. You know, tried to match up the colors and stuff the best I could. Right now I'm gonna throw swim jig, so I'm gonna give one of my older rods a little rest. I'm gonna try it out on that right there. So that's what that's gonna be. And this right here is the last of my bait casting rods. The next one that we're gonna go to my spinning reels. We're gonna make this quick, but these are my workhorses. I depend on these spinning reels a lot. And if you don't have your spinning reel set up, 1 or 2 of them, I'm telling you right now, you're messing up. A spinning reel will catch them, trust me. But the first one I have is the Pflueger Trion combo, paired with a Pflueger Trion rod. The gear ratio is a 5-2-to-1. Got 7 ball bearings in it. The reel is a medium action 7-foot rod, and I use it for jerkbait fishing. I love fishing jerkbaits on the spinning reel. Get longer casts. And that's it. My next setup that I have is one of my most dependent rods. I fish mostly with a Ned rig on it. I will fish a shaky head on it, but it is my other combo. It's a loose smash combo. I love this thing. It's got 8 ball bearings in it. The gear ratio is I think it's a 6-to-1 gear ratio. It's paired up on a medium action rod that's 7 foot long. That's my next combo, is the loose smash combo. Love this rod. My next spinning reel combo is actually one of my favorite rods out of any of them. It feels better in my hand than any other rod that I got, bait caster, whatever. I love fishing with this spinning reel. And actually, I broke my heart a few months back. I broke the original one, so I'm gonna show you the replacement first, and I'm gonna show you what I've done with the leftovers from the old one. But it is a loose speed stick 55-20 HS. I love this reel. It's a 6-2-to-1 gear ratio. It's slick. It look like dressy, like it's clean and everything. It's paired on another rod that's 7 foot long, medium action. I mostly drop shot fish with this. I throw that drop shot on it. You know, this is my drop shot rod. Again, this is the newest combo. I've already caught almost a 4-pounder on it. So I feel good about that. That's that. Now, right beside it, I have what's left over of my original one. This bad boy right here, I don't have the rod to it no more because I broke the rod, unfortunately. Same as the other one, but this bad boy has caught some fish. So I took it, I went to, again, Academy, and I bought a H2O Express. It's a medium action rod. It's a good rod. I hadn't fished with it that much, and I'm gonna change it up. I think I'm gonna fish like a wacky rig with this. Well, not a wacky rig, but I'm gonna figure out some type of finesse tactic. What drew me to this rod right here was just the handle, the slick, nice handle of the rod. I just love that look. Carbon tech, I just love it, and it didn't cost that much, so I like it. And the last spinning reel that I'm gonna show, I've only caught 1 fish off of it, but it's the newest of my spinning reels, which is 13 fish Kalon Blackout. It's a combo. It's on a 7-foot rod, no, 7-foot-1 rod, medium action. And I'm gonna use this one right here mainly for my wacky rig setup or whatever. The gear ratio is a 6-2-to-1. It's a nice slick looking rod. Hadn't used it that much. I'm gonna have to put more use to it. And this is the last one of all my combos. With that being said, that's gonna conclude my video for the day. I appreciate y'all for hanging in there, checking out my arsenal reels. As you see, I'm a type of person, hey, I fish a lot, but I'm not gonna go spend a lot of money on the rod. I normally try to cut back, whether with the rod or the reel, when I buy things or whatever. So, you know, you don't have to spend a lot of money to catch fish. So, you know, don't get sucked in so much to all the hype about buying all these big high dollar reels and rods, combos and stuff like that. They're good. Now, trust me, it's a difference in quality and everything else. But if you simply just a person out there that just want to go fishing, you know, buy what you can afford. Buy what you can afford. You'll make it happen. I appreciate each and every last one of you. With that being said, I'll holler at you later.